Your channel, it needs focus to help you get more views. Let's do this.
vidIQ.
vidIQ.
vidIQ.com.
Hello everyone, welcome back to vidIQ once again on this wonderful, beautiful Tuesday, summer, morning, afternoon or evening, wherever you are joining us in the world. Do let us know in the comments where you're watching us and what time it is right now. It is 11 o'clock here in Vancouver. It is 1 p.m. over in my expert guest host, now regular Jeremy Vest person joining us here. Hello Jeremy, welcome to vidIQ. How are you doing this week?
Doing great.
Awesome. We are absolutely pumped today because we're talking about one of Jeremy's favorite topics here, which is focusing your channel. We've seen this so many times where people start a channel and they just cover whatever they like and whatever they're interested in. It could be 3, 4, 5 topics. And to your audience, what does that mean? How can they really follow what your channel's about? And Jeremy, like, you are a master at this. You've been consulting channels on this very topic for so long. What are your general thoughts before we jump into the presentation here?
Unless you're a vlog, because vlogs, it's really about your personality and you can go to the zoo or do whatever you want. Unless you're a vlog, I think the only way to survive in 2018 is to really focus on a thing, whether that thing's cars or gaming or basketball. Or I just don't think YouTube and people will know how to interact with your channel.
Absolutely. And that's what we're going to talk about very shortly. Just to give you a rundown of our show today, if you're unfamiliar with vidIQ live streams, we talk about a particular topic for 5-10 minutes just to give you the meat and drink of a topic for those watching live and on demand if you're watching after the event. But we'll also do live streams today. And just to let you know, coming up, we've got 9 films, William Ruff, Super User, Electrocutor, and Your Real Estate Whisperer. Those are some of the channels already lined up for channel reviews later on, so do stay tuned if you are one of them. Of course, our moderator Doberman will be bringing us a lot more channels to review as well, and we're also going to do a couple of breaks here as well. We're going to do a question of the week where Jeremy and I take one particular question from the vidIQ community who's been posting on our videos this week, go into a lot more detail on that, and we've got some news that I'm really interested in, and I'm hoping you, the vidIQ community, can help us try and find what this analytic is about. But we'll just leave it as a little teaser for now. In the meantime, Jeremy, I think it's over to you for your expert analysis on channel focus. If you want to start sharing your screen, and we'll go directly over to you. Take it away, sir.
All right. I shared my screen here. Hopefully you can see this.
You can see it.
Cool. So YouTube a couple of years ago now put out this study where basically it was engineers put out a whole lot of nerdy stuff talking about how their algorithm works. One of the parts of this talked about the candidate recommendation system, and essentially the way YouTube sends you videos is it looks at your search history and it figures out what kind of videos you may like, and then it tries to match YouTube creators' content with your likes and dislikes. So essentially, YouTube needs to know what your channel is about to send candidates to your YouTube channel, right, Rob? So if you do laser beams and Teslas and brownies, if you're making content about everything, how does YouTube know what your channel's about?
Absolutely, yeah, and this is something I certainly struggled with when I was first joining YouTube. My interests are soccer, WWE wrestling, mobile tech, and I was covering all sorts of things, and it was only when I really focused down on one of those, which is mobile tech, that the channel started to grow.
And also think about this from, I'm sure you guys have all subscribed to 100 plus channels, or most of you probably have. What makes you subscribe? If someone was talking about everything, the reality of you subscribing to that channel, unless it's a vlog, is really low. So tech, maybe you can cover all types of tech. Maybe you can cover cell phones and all kinds of things. But there's also cars. There's all kinds of parts of tech. Also remember there's over almost 500 hours uploaded every minute to YouTube. So what makes you stand out from everyone else? Personally, I think it's not even enough to have a niche. I think you have like a niche of a niche. Like underwater basket weaving is now a way people make their living on YouTube.
I think I would also like to pose a question to our audience as well. Is, as Jeremy says, you probably subscribe to hundreds of channels, but how many of those channels do you actually watch, and why? And probably the answer is I watch Casey Neistat, or I watch Philip DeFranco, or I watch Unbox Therapy because they talk about this, or it's because I know exactly what sort of content they're going to produce. Whereas other ones, you maybe subscribe because you like one video, and then when the subscription feed's coming up, you see all these other videos that they're pushing out, and it's like, oh, I'm not really interested in that one. And then you just become a passive subscriber, which is like one of the things that we all worry about as video creators.
Yeah, and Pegasus Angels said she subscribes to energetic personalities. Casey Neistat, a lot of these brands or these channels that you're mentioning, they're big personalities. They're amazing storytellers. And there's just so many deep reasons why people would actually subscribe to you. But if you just have focus all over the place, YouTube and people will not know what to do with you. Another kind of concept that I talk about and teach a lot is what I call the nested philosophy. So essentially, let's say you're a razor company, you'd want to understand what the main term is people are searching for. And believe it or not, one of the biggest is how to shave. So let's say you made 300 videos on how to shave your back and your head and your goatee. You could rank for how to shave every week. And essentially, this ranking 24/7 in the main topic concept I have here in the nested strategy, the concept is, imagine you put the tags, titles, descriptions, and playlists in videos that you produced every week for the bigger topic. So your video is about shaving your head, but you have how to shave in the tags, titles, descriptions, and playlists. And every week, because of this new, YouTube favors new content for 7 to maybe 72 hours. Imagine ranking higher for the bigger category topic of what your channel is about, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Yeah, it's amazing. Absolutely amazing.
So when you focus, you have the ability to rank higher for a term that maybe your smaller channel can't rank for generally unless it's new content.
Yeah. Awesome.
All right. So do you have anything to add to that?
No. Well, I was just, what I was doing is, as you were saying that Nessa's strategy, I was just bringing up a web page that I want to show people at the end of a presentation, just to show you an example of how when somebody really reinforces this nested philosophy after being very sporadic with their content, you'll be able to see it. The view counts will just are amazing, but I'll show you that just at the end here, Jeremy. So if you want to move on to the next point, which is blend your passion and search intent.
Yeah. So imagine, let's say you're really passionate about making princess cakes or making cakes, right? If you understand what people are searching for, and one of my favorite vidIQ tools is you type something in YouTube search, and then on the right hand side you can actually see like the monthly search results, and vidIQ has all this amazing data on that keyword phrase that you typed in YouTube. So don't just make something about cakes, understand what people are searching for specifically on princess cakes, and then you'll be able to match your passion, which let's say making cakes, with the intent of search of what people are actually searching for. And when you understand that balance and you really understand what people are searching for and what you're passionate about, you combine those and it's very powerful. And then you take that on the road every week, right? You focus that main topic, or that what I'm calling nested strategy. You take that every single week, you keep on trying to rank for that main topic, and then all of a sudden your small little channel may be a big channel.
Classic example from us ourselves. YouTube hashtags were announced, well, they kind of became a more significant feature 2 or 3 weeks ago. And both Jerry and myself made videos on these as soon as they came out. So we have a passion about analytics, YouTube, growing our channel. How does this new tool help us grow our channel? And because we were one of the first ones and we knew there was going to be high search intent on it, I think if you search for YouTube hashtags now, you will find our 3 collective videos probably in the top 5 of searches right now, and they're continuing to perform really well for us. So as an example of blend your passion and search intent, search for YouTube hashtags and you'll see vidIQ's very own doing well in that subject.
Absolutely. Number 1 and 2 today that I saw.
Woohoo!
And I think I'm like 4 or 5 on my own little baby channel. So that's another good example of you can actually rank really high for a small channel if you do it at the right time.
Yeah. So what have we got? So we got the focus, nested, blend, and now we've got rank 24/7 on your main topic. So and we
already covered that. Basically, the concept is to consistently put out content within the same theme so that the tags, titles, descriptions, and playlists have that main theme, like how to shave in it, so that you have the ability to consistently rank as you're putting out new videos that have the, kind of the new honeymoon phase algorithm push, if you will.
Awesome. Okay there, Jeremy. Thank you very much for our focused look at focusing on your channel. So if you would like to stop sharing your channel screen now, and I'm going to switch to mine for your benefit, and we can have a look at some of the examples here of what I've been wanting to show you folks. And then we're going to jump into the channel reviews for you here. So Jeremy, can you see my screen right now?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So the channel I want to show you folks is, and we did a case study on this very recently, is a channel that had a very sporadic set of videos. If I just scroll down here, you can see the thumbnails here. It seems to be like pranks, maybe looking at Jake Paul, but then there's other ones about roasting YouTubers and blue whale troll. And like, if you look at these set of thumbnails, you're not really sure what this channel's about. And then if I scroll up here, and if I just zoom in to this video here, this is when the channel decided to change their strategy onto something. Video games, Fortnite, a very difficult channel genre to break into at the moment, but it was on a very specific part of this game. It was how to improve the performance of the game by increasing your frames per second. So if you look at the view counts before, we're looking at the hundreds here, well, maybe 300-400, and then we have 24,000, 2,000, 3,000, 12,000, 15,000. So just by focusing on this one strategy, and you can see the thumbnails, how much they've improved as well. So this channel has gone from getting 300 or 400 views a video to 3,000 or 4,000 views a video, at least, if not more, by, as Jeremy says, focusing your channel on one particular topic, which is this very specific thing of improving the performance of your of the game that you're playing. Is there anything you want to add there, Jeremy, before we jump into some more channel reviews?
No, I think the only thing I would say is when you focus, you can focus on everything. You can focus on, if you have focus on your channel, you don't have to redo the titles and thumbnail strategy every time, right? Because you have that focus. You have probably 70 to 80% of the titles, tags, and descriptions already made.
Yeah.
It's about the thing you talk about, right? So also with thumbnails, you can have kind of a template, and the person on camera and the thing that you're talking about may change, but everything else is the same. So when you have focus, you're actually developing your show formula, your tags, your titles, your descriptions, and your thumbnails to where 70-80% of everything is going to be similar. So you're not reinventing the wheel every time, and then you can crank out more content, and it's just a beautiful cycle, the circle of life of YouTube.
The circle of life, the circle of YouTube life. So yeah, that's just a quick example there of a channel we're not looking at today, but I thought it encapsulated the just how much of an impact you can have from one video with 200 views to the next with 24,000 views, and then capitalizing, doubling down, niching on that topic has been really successful for this channel. Okay. It's time to crack your fingers, folks. We're now going to be reviewing your channels, and we're going to be looking at this element of focusing on your channel. So the first channel we are looking at today regarding focus on your channel is A Freak Z Gaming, a channel with 318 subscribers. And if we just look very closely here quickly, I can see from the titles that it looks to be focused on one particular game, which might be Bloodborne, it seems like here. Certainly the last 4 or 5 videos are about that. If I scroll down a little further, again, Bloodborne. Channel's relatively young as well, so it's only a month old. So welcome to YouTube, A-Freak-Z Gaming, and it's good to see that you're certainly churning out the content. You have a passion for it. But I think what might not have a focus here is perhaps the thumbnails. They don't seem to be selling your focus as well as they possibly could do. Any thoughts there, Jeremy, from you?
Yeah, if you don't mind typing in Bloodborne boss.
Yeah, absolutely. If I can spell it right.
Bloodborne 2, I guess.
I need to spell it correctly with the O, and then Bloodborne 2. Okay, so there we are.
And then, do you notice how it has trailer, teaser, and gameplay?
Yeah.
I don't know what this channel is doing. I don't know if you're doing gameplay, but if you are doing gameplay, make sure you add that to the title. So it would be Bloodborne 2 gameplay, and then whatever the specific thing is you're talking about or playing.
Yeah, so even if we do Bloodborne 2 gameplay as a keyword, there's still longer tail keywords that you may have potential to work on there as well, isn't there?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So the longer, when you're a small channel, you got to go long tail. You got to go long. You can't rank for the word red car when you're a small channel.
Yeah.
You know, you have to do 1999 Honda Accord red car or something. You know, you have to think long. The long game for small channels for the small wins. So, for example, I have a really small channel. And I'm able anytime I want just about to get 2,000 or 3,000 views on a small channel. And the reason for that is I understand the search intent and I match that with my passion. And then from there, I'm able to use the suggested algorithms to my favor.
So I think in summary there, A-Freak-Z Gaming is do a couple of searches on YouTube, find what the keywords are, as we've seen here, Bloodborne 2, gameplay and trailer, and I did a quick one here for boss as well, and there's maybe something here that you can work with on the titles. And yeah, I would say definitely work on your thumbnails as well. They're very dark. In pretty much all of these top thumbnails here, apart from this one, the very bright one, I can't see anything what's actually happening in a thumbnail, and we've talked so much so recently about the importance of thumbnails that yeah, it'd just be good if you could have some brighter thumbnails and maybe look at some of our previous videos to help you there. All right, let's move on to the next channel there. We're going to look at SP Tech Plus, 132 subscribers this channel. And in terms of its focus, I think we can pretty much immediately see, thanks to the channel banner with all these sort of gear icons and tools and computers, that it's some sort of tech channel. If I look at the tech itself, we're jumping from one, it looks like mobile phone to another. So many different brands here. It'd be like jumping from Honda to Ford to Chrysler in terms of cars. And on this one, it's laptops to mobile phones. Any thoughts here, Jeremy? I like the branding here, and again, this channel is still relatively new, and we've had a couple of breakthrough videos with a few hundred views. Is there anything that YouTube's telling the creator here that maybe you should be niching down, maybe on laptop reviews or anything like that?
Yeah, I think that in general, I'd like to see your face on these thumbnails.
Yeah.
Eyes are subconsciously the window to the soul, and it's what, ultimately people are going to come for you, not your tech. Believe it or not, people subscribe and come back to a channel for the personality, not necessarily what they're talking about, even though they have to match the culture of what you're talking about. So people have to like tech to like you, and like your channel. But bring a personality to the banner and to the thumbnails. Another thing, you're missing 90% of the potential search intent for all of your videos. So for example, on Vivio X21 specs analysis review, I bet if you did something like smartphone or cell phone reviews,
yes.
Rob, if you typed in like a smartphone review or, review 2018, these are the types of words people are actually smart, best phone 2018. People are searching for specific things.
Yeah.
I doubt a lot of people are searching for the Vivio X21, but that's already in there.
Yeah.
So what if you did something like the Vivio X21 smartphone review 2018? You probably just opened yourself up to 100 times more potential search intent than you have now. Now, the title is extremely important for SEO and search intent. Tags and descriptions are also important. So make sure you are matching. Rob and I are calling this the quad key whatever we're calling. I don't even know what we're calling it right now.
The grand slam of keywords.
The grand slam, where this exact phrase, Vivio smartphone review, is in the tags, titles, descriptions, and has a series playlist.
Yeah. So
now, go ahead.
I've just done a quick click on here and to see Vivio smartphone review, and here's what the largest channels in the area seem to be using for their titles. Like, as you said, Vivio full review. What else do we have here? So
unboxing is a good one.
Unboxing and review and top 5 best Vivio smartphone. So that's a good example here. There's
2018.
And this one here, Vivio top 3 smartphone unboxing and review channel with 1,500 subscribers, gets 115,000 views. Potentially because of exactly what Jeremy's been saying there, getting those keywords which have a much further reach, as well as your concentrated focus keywords on your particular channel. All right, then. So that's SB Tech there. I hope you've found some useful suggestions there. Next, we are going to look at William Ruff, channel with 17 subscribers. So a brand new channel. Welcome to YouTube. Or I think you're a brand new channel. You have quite a lot of videos, but it looks as if, I think we have a good example here, Jeremy, of a channel that's potentially mood focus or lacks focus. Looking at the thumbnails here, we can immediately see that it was something to do with a video game, which I think is Madden 18, done like 2-3 weeks ago. A lot of content pushed out there. And then all of a sudden we jump to a completely different set of videos, which looks to be on Fortnite gameplay. But the channel banner doesn't reflect that. If I looked at the channel banner without any concept of a channel, is it about sports? Is it about American football? Is it about video gaming? What do we think here?
So one, on all the Madden videos, in the thumbnail, you have like Saints versus Broncos or Redskins or whatever. You have the different teams.
Yep.
But you don't display that difference in the titles. Having the exact same duplicate title on every video is a really bad idea.
Yeah.
And it's something YouTube hates.
Yeah.
In general, Google just does not like duplicate content. So from my perspective, all of these videos are duplicated because the title and the meta information tells me it's just a duplicate. So be cognizant of that, because YouTube does not like duplicate content. So if it can't tell the difference between your videos, then there's a problem.
Also, just looking at the video length as well, it looks as if each of these might be a recording of some gameplay, which is, each one's like 30, 40, 50 minutes. I think from again, from maybe an audience point of view, there's a big investment for a viewer to come into a channel that they're not aware of and maybe watch for 40 minutes. So would we maybe recommend just some shorter videos, maybe the highlights of these games, rather than what it looks? I guess it's potentially a live, unedited content that's being pushed onto YouTube.
I mean, it's possible people watch gameplay of Madden 18. It is very possible. The only things I would say, if people are really watching like 30 minutes of gameplay, is I would say my daughter watches a lot of gameplay videos, and she'll watch an hour of gameplay. But there's 2 or 3 differences of every YouTuber she watches. One, their faces on the thumbnails, and their personality is why my daughter watches these. Yeah. So, they have a huge personality. They're telling fun stories, and their tag styles, descriptions, and thumbnails all have them as the personality. Maybe it's like funny, or you also have to have a differentiator, right?
Yeah.
So why would I watch your Madden versus anyone else's? So your face being in there, having fun, exciting. I call this the 3 E's of thumbnails: entertainment, exciting, eyes, um, emotion, that's 4 E's. But you really need to differentiate yourself and say, why do I care about you versus the other million people that are doing this? So try to find ways to give me more.
Yeah. I've just quickly been scrubbing through a video. It looks as if I don't know if the video creator has any commentary on there, but he's certainly not got a webcam on there. So it does look as if it's gameplay footage. So a couple of things there, William, as a new video creator, that maybe you want to try and create custom thumbnails and make the contents a little bit more about you if possible. So as Jeremy says, the personality shines through more in your content. All right, we're going to take a break here from channel reviews, but we are coming back to plenty more. We've got Kid vs. Dad Gaming coming up, Dragon Lord Leader, the Cruisyways. You're all going to be getting channel reviews in the next hour. But I just wanted to talk about this. This is something that I'm really excited about, but I cannot get it on YouTube. So I want you folks to help me here. I saw on Reddit a couple of days ago a new stat that's coming out. And this is not a stat for video creators. It's a stat for users. And this could be quite scary. It shows you how much time you as a YouTube viewer are watching YouTube content. And this is the best screenshot I've been able to find so far, which shows you how much you've watched today, yesterday, past week, and daily averages. And if anybody has this feature yet, please do tell me in the comments. As far as I'm aware, this is how you can get it. You go to your YouTube application, you tap on your profile, and maybe underneath paid subscriptions and paid memberships, you might have an option called Time Watched. I've found some information after digging through the YouTube analytics here, and unfortunately I can't zoom in on this because the Chrome extension Magnify doesn't work on pop-ups, but here's what it is, and it's coming. It's Time Watch Profile to give you a better understanding of the time you spend on YouTube. Building a Time Watch profile that you can soon find in your account menu, but it seems as if maybe a select few users have this at the moment. The profile uses your daily average watch time and how long you've watched your YouTube videos today and yesterday over the past 7 days, along with a full suite of tools for users who want to manage their watching habits. So that's when you can set alerts for taking a break on your app. I mean, Jeremy, first of all, have you got this? And secondly, what do you think to this? Perhaps not from a video creator's point of view, but another interesting analytic for users to look at.
Yeah, I think it's really a good idea. Having kids,
yeah,
I
absolutely.
definitely want to log in and get a report every week and see how much they're really watching, because kids are watching YouTube a lot. So are adults. It would be good to know how many hours a week I really am watching skateboard videos. maybe more than I want to know about.
Yeah, so I think this is absolutely fascinating that YouTube is now going to be showing this analytic to you as a user. And what I would love to be able to do is say, okay, I want to get every single person who's watched our videos and get them to send us their analytics, and then I want to measure it up with the minutes watched on our channel and see if YouTube is actually telling the truth about how many minutes are watched. But that might be quite a difficult analytic to put together. But yeah, if anybody has seen this or knows about it, do let me know, because I'm super keen to put out an actual video on this rather than just finding random screenshots on Reddit. And yeah, hopefully it's going to be. I see this as a potentially trending topic, and I want to do a video on it. I want to be like the first one to get a video out on YouTube about this new analytic, but I can't get my hands on it. It's frustrating at the moment. Anyway, that was my little diversion into a YouTube story this week. Let's now get back to your channel reviews. The next one we are looking at is 9 films or Nerf films, arts and vlogs. 140 subscribers. A channel banner here with lots of information to tell us what you are about, which is create, explore, stay crazy. I do like that as a value proposition. Videos 4 times a week, it looks like here. Awesome thumbnails as well, Jeremy, it looks like here, telling us that it's certainly an arts and craft, creative style channel, I think we have a pretty strong idea of what the focus here is on this channel.
Yeah, I like the, you being you, the
Yep.
craziness, the colors, how to be a mess daily makeup tutorial. That's great. I think there's a whole miss and subculture of bad DIY tutorials. I know this sounds crazy, but I think there's a lot of people that are tired of the polish. And, I think one of the reasons why YouTube is so successful is it is the ultimate real reality television. We all know reality TV is fake, but you being you almost daily, 4 times a week on camera, I think is a very good thing. So I like your thumbnails have got progressively better over time.
Yeah, look at the transformation here.
It's amazing.
Where we talk about, can you take these thumbnails and put them in with hundreds of others and be able to pick out your thumbnails? You might struggle here, but if you scroll up to the top section here, I'd say certainly for the last 15 thumbnails, very much brand consistency is there.
Yeah, and the only thing I would say with your new thumbnails is just make your face bigger and your eyes bigger.
Yeah.
Eyes are very important. So I would just make you bigger and less text, bolder, but phenomenal. The transformation of your thumbnails is remarkable.
One thing I would pick out here and actually challenge 9 Films is, have you taken a break from YouTube? Because you say that you post 4 videos a week, but you've not posted anything for 2 months. And looking at your consistency before that, it doesn't look as if you were keeping the potentially the promise that you were giving to your audience. So I think this is maybe a good time to talk about scheduling, Jeremy, and how you might approach creating content which is both sustainable for your audience and your channel. Any general tips there?
Yeah, I mean, I will say that experimenting with being consistent is really important. I went crazy on this because I've got a full-time job with vidIQ. I'm a dad. Unfortunately, even though I love YouTube and it is my life, literally, it's my career, me personally having a YouTube channel has to take the back burner to about 6 other things in my life, like my wife and my kids and my family and my job. So I actually created a concept where I'm basically doing live to tape, and I've created a workflow where it takes me about less than an hour to create a video and post it.
I wish I could do that, Jeremy. Still takes me about an hour a minute to do my content, so a 10-minute video takes 10
about
hours.
An hour a minute better than mine too.
Oh shucks, thank you very much.
But I have a calling to help people do this stuff. I might as well get, I'm not going to say subpar, but sub my level content out there to the world because I know I can help people. I would rather have content that's decent, that's out there, than content that's great. Mm-hmm. And I know a lot of people say that otherwise, with 500 hours uploaded every minute, you better make great content. Well, I don't know if I believe that. I believe that if your passion matches the search intent, matches the ability to really help or entertain people, I think it's good enough.
Absolutely. Okay, so some good advice there about potentially being more streamlined. Maybe I should try that, just record live and then edit type of situation. But folks, I'd love your feedback if I ever do that on a video. Next channel we are looking at is the Real Estate Whisperer. I know you've been a long time visitor to our channel, and you've always been a fantastic contributor. And I seem to remember last time I did a channel audit, it was just me giving my advice, but we brought in the expert here, Jeremy, who may be able to offer some more suggestions. So straight away from the channel banner, home tips every Tuesday, vlogs every Friday, real estate sketches. We seem to have a good idea of what the channel focus is here. And I personally love these thumbnails. I know, Jeremy, you've talked before about being different in your own crowd. And I would be surprised to find any other real estate type channels who have this bright pink and green style thumbnails. I think you describe it in a very tender way as rainbow vomit, and I can kind of see that. It's almost as if here, Real Estate Whisperer, you are rainbow vomiting question marks on a property as well. So yeah, anything generally in terms of a focus here in Jeremy, and the channel with 1,000 subscribers, but still maybe trying to find their way in terms of an audience here, getting 100 views and so on for the size of a channel.
Yeah, a lot of people don't understand this, but having good thumbnails is not good enough. You have to have thumbnails that are different than everyone else around you and suggested. So you have to stand out. You have to be, as Seth Godin says, the purple cow. So these thumbnails in real estate are amazing because you're right. Green and pink thumbnails are probably not a thing, right, in real estate. So well done there. One thing I would say is don't try to repeat the title. Give 1 or 2 words, maybe 3 tops, and take out most of the words in your titles. Keep the same font every time. And I like this third thumbnail, home, can you buy? That's pretty good. What I would do there with pre-qualified or pre-approved or home warranty, is it worth it? I would say something like home warranty, worth it. So that's 4 words instead of 6.
Mm-hmm.
Or can you buy ? And not even have home, because it is a home. You don't, people can visually see that it's a home.
Yeah.
So in that case, I would have, can you afford ? Or can you buy this ? And just pare it down as much as you can. Don't underestimate how much people can ascertain. And the better visual stories you have, for example, with can you buy this home? I would have the home, money sign, and a question mark. I wouldn't even have the words.
Yep.
So, the more visual storytelling, the less you have to actually tell people in text.
Yep. Any thoughts maybe about I'm just looking again at the channel in general, in terms of, we've got some live streams, we've got vlogs. Could there be a worry here that we're maybe splitting the audience a bit? There's obviously a lot of help and tutorials with buying estates, and I'm just going to try and search for the most popular videos, see if we can get any more interest there. It looks as if
I would say that you are a YouTuber.
Yeah. Period.
You're a YouTuber. You do real estate. So how do you blend these two loves and passions? I do think that dog pee smell gone and real estate are the same thing, because it's your house.
Yeah.
Getting your baseboards clean, I think, is a real thing. So, I will say that these little flashes of almost going viral with the dog pee and the easy to clean, vidIQ has this concept of doubling down. We believe when you hit it, you double down every time. So I want to see 4 more videos on dog pee and 4 more videos on cleaning your baseboards.
I'm sure, folks, you could come up with some very creative titles for how to double down on dog pee, but we're not going to go down that route because it's before 9 p.m. in the evening. But yeah, as you say, Jeremy, removing certain stains or smells could be, as you say, an avenue there for future contents.
And let's just talk about that real quick. So you have how to get rid of your dog's pee smell and carpet, or how to get rid of dog urine, dog pee, whatever people are searching for. You figure that out. Then you make a series playlist with how to get rid of dog pee. And then you make 3 or 4 videos, and they all start with how to get rid of dog pee, and with different topics and different titles. But then the main how to get rid of dog pee is in your tags, titles, descriptions, and playlist for 3 or 4 videos.
Yeah.
Could you double or tenfold the amount of views you get for that? I think so.
All right, so there you are. Some hopefully some helpful tips there, Real Estate Whisperer. Maybe you want to revisit so some more fun videos. I'm sure I remember watching this video before as well, and I think the first 20 seconds was really entertaining. But we won't jump into that now. Well, the next channel we're going to look at, and this channel is one that I've done a channel review of before. I'm so grateful that they continue to watch our videos and comment, because every time I see super user tech mods, they're constantly changing their profile picture, trying to improve it every single time. And this channel has been working so hard to improve their channel over the last 4 or 5 months. And I seem to remember back in, I think, the beginning of spring, you had maybe 1,000 subscribers or something along those lines, and you've managed to, it looks like, double the size of your channel. I remember you had videos where you get maybe a 10, 20 views, and now we're seeing videos with 1,000 views here and there, focusing on NVIDIA Shield. And that was the one I seem to remember. Sorry, we're going to go into a bit of a backstory here, but I do seem to remember that your most successful video was something along the lines of how to work with your NVIDIA Shield, very specific topic, and you had 20,000 views on it. And yeah, another one here with 17,000 views. And now as I look at your most recent videos, not that one, let's just go to most date added. I can see that you're returning to that topic occasionally, like here, emulator for NVIDIA Shield, 1,000 views, multi-storage NVIDIA Shield, 1,000 views. And every time you focus on that particular topic, you get better views than the rest of your content. So sorry, I've gone on a really long story there, Jeremy, but that's like the backdrop to this channel. Is there anything else now that you could add? And I will say that the thumbnails here have improved tremendously, but maybe there's a bit more tweaking that we can do here.
Yeah, I would say that the text should not be the focus. The thing on, the visual storytelling of what the video is about should be the focus, not the text. Right now, I honestly believe that, yes, the text does provide a pattern, and a pattern is a very, very good thing. But I would like to see 30% less focus on the text and, 30% more focused on the up close picture of the thing.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, whether it's a camera or what have you.
Yeah.
So even though I'm a big proponent of patterns on thumbnails, I just think it's too visually powerful. Yeah. I think that the thing should be the most powerful, whatever the video is about should be the most powerful visual.
Yeah.
And then, using this formula of the nested strategy to make a video, like, so if you're talking about the NVIDIA Shield TV, I would have 5 videos about this and put them in a series and have tags, titles, descriptions, and playlists for all of them.
Yeah, so I've just done a quick search here to find NVIDIA in each of the titles, and I think every time those videos outperform anything else. So yeah, creating that series playlist and making sure that when your audience finds one of those videos, they can quickly find everything else that's related to it.
And maybe NVIDIA Shield TV or something. But I would just literally, type that in on YouTube search, and then obviously use our tools as well to get more information. But just try to find a way to really make a series about that specific thing, a long tail keyword phrase for NVIDIA.
Yeah, and I would just, it's fascinating for me to see this. Look at this video here. NVIDIA Shield, it was made a year ago, 17,000 views, and then nothing for 3 months. And then again, you start to revisit the topic. And again, just look at how much of an impact those particular videos on that particular topic make a difference. And then now we can see the doubling down here. A really interesting story going on here with that content. So I just want to say, super user, thank you for taking my advice on a previous audit, and it looks as if your channel's benefiting from it. Now Jeremy says, take some emphasis away from the text, make the objects have more of an impact on your thumbnails, and reinforce any series playlists that you might be doing there. All right, so that's another channel done and dusted. We're going to move now to Electro Cute, channel with 1,000 subscribers. Congratulations on hitting 1,000 subscribers. Not that many videos, so you've had some success with relatively a small amount of content over the last 4 months. What do we think about this channel? Immediately looking at it, I would say, Jeremy, I'm not sure exactly what the focus is of this channel is, other than battle rights, whatever that is. Presumably a game. Okay, so now I'm starting to see the battle right more in the titles. And those videos, again, seem to be the most popular ones on the channel, I think. Is this reinforced enough in the channel branding, and are the thumbnails consistent enough? Any general thoughts there?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm not nerdy enough to even know what this channel is about.
Yeah.
Obviously, you know, whatever .exe, I'm guessing these are game hacks or something like that.
See if the about section can tell us
Invisible root. Like, I'm just not nerdy enough to even know. I don't even know what this channel is about. You know what? Type in one of those .exe like names in search and let's see.
Okay, it's always I always get a little.
No, it's a great idea. .exe, always a good idea.
Okay, so that's not bringing up any results for the .exe for that one. What else can we do? So maybe that's just not a good search term on.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we'd have to get more context to really understand. I think whatever your video is about is probably needing some help with the titles, tags, and descriptions.
Just do a general search for battle right here.
So yeah, so if it's
so it looks as if there's one channel that's dominating the channel's search here, which is Battle Right Sage. Maybe start to look at their titles and how you can see what's successful for them. Again, I think certainly with recent games, you have these different seasons when there's like a 6-month upgrade or whatever cycle it is, and maybe you want to start using those titles on your channel as well, electrocute.
He says to check on the playlist. So click on
Let's go on the playlist. Thank you for commenting there. So we've got 2 playlists. Subscribers Delight and Battle Right EXE.
So I think really, like, if your focus is battle right, just figure out exactly what people are searching for and make your titles more about that. I get the .exe thing, and you can still include that into it. I will say that in general, I don't know if Google or YouTube don't not like that, but you know, for the rest of the world, .exe files are evil. So, you know, it may not be a long-term good strategy to have .exe in your titles. I don't know. I mean, I'm not not a hacker or anything, so I don't know anything about that. But I will say that just try to title your tags, titles, descriptions, and playlists what people are searching for, and then add the other fun stuff behind it.
What I would also say as well is that Jeremy and I probably know very little about real estate, and we know very little about crafts. But from those 2 channels that we saw earlier, which was 9 Films and Real Estate Whisperer, just by the channel banner and the thumbnails, we could get an idea of what the channel was about. Whereas with this one, we think it's about a game, but we don't really know more than that because of the titles and the thumbnails. So it's almost like even if you know nothing about the channel, you want to have an understanding of what the channel's about as quickly as possible to then decide whether you want to stay there or not. I think I would add there. All right, that is Electrocute. Now we're going to take another small break. We're going to go to our question of the week. So I'm just going to stop sharing my screen here. We're going to bring Jeremy back on in all his glory. There you are, Jeremy. So the question that we want to answer this week, if I've got my buttons working correctly, which I do, it comes from Engineer Host. This is a question I get asked all the time on vidIQ. And the question is, when changing how one makes their thumbnails, so I might have made this radical decision that I've got this new thumbnail template and I'm going to apply it to my new videos. Is it worth going back and updating previous videos?
All right. Well, I think it normally is, but before you just go back and start updating your videos, I would actually recommend first that you just test. So you go into the new Studio Analytics beta, and you see what your view through rate is, your click through rate, and then you see, like, so if typically you get like a 0.6 or 6.2%, and then you have new thumbnails and that gets like a 8%, then obviously yes, it's probably worth it. However, if you get like a big viral spike where that video has done really well and YouTube's showing it in search and it's showing it in suggested a lot more than your other videos, that number's going to go down because they're going to be showing it to more people that aren't already your subscribers and fans. So the more, you got to understand, this number is not science. Maybe it is, like it is literally how many impressions of views, that's scientific, but a lot of people miss out like 90% of the ingredients that make this thing work. And that is, the more that YouTube sends more people that are not particularly your subscribers and fans to your thumbnails, then the smaller the number is going to be. For example, a channel with 10 million subs shared a video of mine on their community tab, and it had 0.07% click-through rate. And I was very, very happy with that number. Now my own videos are getting about 6.8% view through rate, which is pretty decent right now. Yeah. So focus, get better, then and only then do you spread all of your thumbnails out to the rest of your videos.
Would there be a potential argument for saying that rather than just trying to change a thumbnail or indeed the metadata on an older video, it might be this just never took off? Should I just delete the video and re-upload it as a brand new video with the new metadata, the new thumbnails? Is there an argument for doing that instead?
There is, and I've done this a lot for brands where, let's just say, for example, one brand would upload like 4 or 5 videos a day and it just never got its time in the sun. Yeah. So we would delete it and start over. And that does work. Fundamentally, I would say as a creator, you need to move forward and win better forward. So my personal philosophy to all of you guys is to get 1% better every week.
So you could say that you're just expending a lot of time, energy, and resources on something that's never really going to take off, and the time is much better spent in new content, which is up to date and reflects a better version of you, not only in the thumbnails but in the content itself.
Yeah, and also, I mean, if you have this philosophy that you get 1% better every week in delivery and thumbnail design and titling, then what you did 100 weeks ago was 100% worse.
Boom. That is our question of the week. Thank you for it. And if you do want to ask your own question, post it here in the chat for this, in the comments after this live stream, or in any of our vidIQ videos, and I'm scouring them. I'm trying to pick out an interesting topic that we go into each live stream. Okay, Jeremy, are you ready for one more session of channel reviews?
Let's do it.
Okay, let's get in there again. I'm just going to share my channel again with you. Can you see that on your screen, Jeremy?
Absolutely.
Okay, we are looking at Kids versus Dads Gaming, another channel that has been a strong supporter in vidIQ and a fabric of a community. And this channel used to do a lot of live streams, and I think they've started to get to a point where they're creating these awesome thumbnails and the content looks really good on the surface, but they've just never had a breakthrough with a really popular video getting like 50 views, 200 views. And I know they've been saying that they feel like they're banging their head against the wall. So the channel banner says things are changing, which is an interesting channel banner to have. If we're going to give some advice to a channel which is thinking of changing their focus here, Jeremy, along with what you can see that they've previously done, what would that be?
So what I may do if I were them, I'll give you an example. I was consulting with a gaming channel about 6 months ago before I started working here at vidIQ, and their passion mixed with search intent. Remember that, right? Mm-hmm. Because what are you passionate about? Everyone I talk to, it's like gaming. Okay, what aspect of gaming? Typically they say Fortnite. Okay, what makes you different? So you need to get to the root at why you love gaming. For this particular individual, he liked to do something called retrospectives. So he basically liked to explain the history of video games. He was ranking really well, and he had several breakouts, for this. And we actually found that gaming retrospective was available. So he bought the domain name, and then we changed his channel to Gaming Retrospectives. And now, 6 months later, Gaming Retrospectives is the thing, believe it or not.
Mm-hmm.
So it's an actual thing. And it doesn't matter what game he is doing a retrospective on. That's not what his thing is. His thing is retro gaming retrospectives, really focusing on the nerd side of, like the history of a game. So my biggest thing to you guys is find passion and mix that. If you want to talk about 100 games, fine, but figure out a bigger category topic. Like I mentioned earlier, the how to shave. What is your how to shave? Is it, gaming dads, what is it? What is your thing? And I just don't think you guys have really found that yet. With gaming, I think it's extremely important to have a reason for people to watch you. Personality, what's your take versus someone else's take? Are you giving someone entertainment or value, or are you something what marketers would call me too?
Yeah.
Is your product or your channel just a me too product, meaning it's the same as everyone else? Give the viewers something, and their time is worth value, very valuable and worth money. So give them a reason beyond everyone else, and you'll win. Sorry, that was long-winded there.
Okay, well, I'm sure Kids vs. Dad Gaming, you appreciate the advice you've got there. And yeah, as I say, I've always thought that your channel, in terms of the quality of the thumbnails, especially, is of a very high level.
Absolutely.
And so it feels as if you, as Jeremy says, you maybe just need to find your niche and have that breakthrough video, which you can then really capitalize on and build your channel around that. Okay, we are going to start a quick fire round now to try and get through as many channels that Doberman's lined up for us here, Jeremy. So let's get ourselves into a quick. You may have to run on a spot here to try and emulate the speed that we're going to go at. The next channel we are going to look at is Fallen T, a channel which has hidden its subscriber count. I'm always suspicious of channels that hide their subscriber count for no other reason as to why would you not want to share your success. But what do we think of this channel in terms of its branding, what its focus is? It definitely looks like it's makeup tutorials. Anything to add?
Yeah, put yourself on the banner. This is about you.
Yep.
Put yourself on the banner. Love some of your thumbnails. The second thumbnail from the top there, perfect.
Yep.
You got the fire emoji, you got your eye and the makeup very close. Beautiful. I love the fact that you're using bright yellow in the background. It really does complement your skin tones. So keep with the colored backgrounds. And then the only thing I would say is you just really need to come up with a big core category theme or topic theme. So for example, if you're doing makeup tutorials in 2018, you need to be doing just eyeshadow, or just, one thing. You can't rank for everything. So you need to have one specific thing you're ranking for. There's a channel I did some work with here at vidIQ called Uniquely Marina. And she went from all over the place to just doing, eyeliner, I believe, something like that. She's killing it now, but she had to focus. In makeup is way too big. You got to focus on one thing.
Yep. All right then. Thank you there for the quick run through of Fallen T. Next up, we are looking at Shaka Fishing, a channel with 7,000 subscribers.
Awesome.
Let's have a look at what they look to be about. looks as if it's a channel very much about fishing. Quick look at the about section may help us. We're
as a fisherman, seeing the banner up there and the guy smiling catching fish, I immediately want to watch this channel, guys.
Awesome, cool. So Jeremy is already tuned into this channel. Couple of suggestions from me. I think the fonts need work. I can barely read them there, but the thumbnails themselves are good. What I like about whenever there's like a fishing channel is making sure that the foreground and the background contrast quite well, and I can actually see the object that we're talking about, and it's always a big image of a fish or an object, which really helps there.
Don't use text at all.
Don't use text at all, Jeremy says.
Have the big fish there, and if you used a lure or you did something specific, visually show that as well next to the fish, and call it done. Tell a story with your thumbnails. Don't use text as a crutch.
Yeah. Channel seems to be dialed in now for 7,000 subscribers, getting view counts of 3,000, 6,000, and in the thousands. That seems to be a very healthy channel there. So I think as soon as this live stream ends, Jeremy's going to be shooting off to Shaka Fishing to watch a couple of episodes there.
The only other small thing I would say real quick is find your focus. So, fishing in Hawaii or find what people are searching for. You really have a lot of work to do on your titles, even though you're kicking butt. Work on your titles.
So there's even more upgrades to be done there. Next channel we are looking at is a Dragon Lord Leader. Looks to be a gaming channel, but when I look at the thumbnails in the background, they look to be on a plethora of topics. So I think the one word we're going to be using here is focus. What is the channel about?
Yeah, you got homework. You got to tell us what your channel is about, and then write down 5 titles of how you can make a series of 5 videos about one thing.
Yeah, it looks to be generally be about blockbuster movies, but is it just enough to be about blockbuster movies? Because I'm seeing Marvel stuff, I'm seeing Jurassic World, Spider-Man, all sorts of different topics coming up here. So definitely here, Dragon Lord Leader. It's almost like take one of these pictures, and that's your focus for your channel for the short term, whichever you're most passionate about and have an interest in.
And it can be all about movies. Like one of my friends created Cinema Sins.
Yeah.
So everything wrong with every movie in like 5 or 10 minutes. So you can talk about a lot of different stuff, but you have to have a theme.
All right, then. One more channel we have today. I've said the famous last word saying one more channel, because everybody's probably going to disappear from the live stream as soon as I say that. We are on TN Reels, channel with 600 subscribers. And the channel banner is a signature that tells me literally nothing about the channel. I have to go into the thumbnails, and it looks as if it's something to do with sports, ultimate frisbee maybe. Anything else that we can have? Some videos we're getting some impressive views though. We're in the thousands for a 600 subscriber channel. So the channel has some legs to it. It has an audience. I think your audience just needs to know more about what your content is about.
Yeah, just have a theme of every title has like ultimate frisbee, whatever. I don't know if this is like a league or what it is, but have the words people are searching for in every one of your titles. In your banner, make sure you have yourself catching a frisbee and having excitement.
Yeah.
Look at Brody. Brody is like the biggest frisbee channel in the world. Type in like Brody and then like frisbee or something like that.
Brody frisbee trick shots. We should be able to get to.
So 2 million subs. Study Brody.
What's happening, guys? Brody
here. In his banner, he has a frisbee in his hand, so I know he's a frisbee dude.
All right, then. And that concludes this week's live streams for you folks. I'm just going to switch back to the right screen where we can now see Jeremy back on screen. As always, Jeremy, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on. Thank you for your presentation at the beginning, when we've talked a lot about focus today in many of the channels we've looked at. Any final thoughts before we say farewell to our audience this week, Jeremy?
Have amazing thumbnails that have a theme and amazing titles, and passionately care about what you're doing every week on YouTube and really help people, whether that's entertaining them or giving them the thing they're searching for. And you're probably going to end up winning on YouTube, but the reason why 99% of the people will never make it on YouTube is frustration, and they quit.
Yeah.
So if you really want this, don't give up. Make yourself better 1% every week. Don't put the weight of the world on your shoulders. Just give yourself 1% every week. In 100 weeks, you're going to be 100% better.
And we will see the 1% better version of you next week. Oh, what a wonderful segue that was. Thank you very much for your time, Jeremy. As I say, we are passionate about our content. And if you think we've helped you today, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for a lot more content just like this. And share it with fellow like-minded video creators. We'll leave you with the usual catchphrase, which is enjoy the rest of your video making day. And we'll see you all very soon on vidIQ.